Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Okay, I'm supposed to be in the corner here, um, but the second camera's not working. So this is basically going to be a voiceover with some graphics. Okay, welcome to the show. Yes, we are celebrating over 30 years. Yes, we have shows on YouTube, and basically tonight, what I'm going to do is go over reviews, Guardians of the Galaxy #3, and the rest of the summer predictions. And you can catch up on, well, with all the videos I got. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming reviews. A man called Adam, that Ant-Man guy, they're all coming to streaming. So eventually down the line, I'm going to be covering a lot more streaming movies. I did mention the last show. Uh, right now, I'm looking at The Power, season one. I'm halfway through that. Not too interested because I do have Amazon Prime. I do have Hulu. My friend has Paramount. My neighbor upstairs has Disney. So we're going to be covering a lot more streaming things that's coming. And a lot of movies in the past 4 months are coming on streaming. John Wick is going to be released on streaming in 4K in May and June. There's a rumor about Avatar #2, Way of the Water. It's finally going to be released on 4K Blu-ray. It's going to be the same format with the same special features. Supposedly, that's the rumor. June, well, end of May, June. Nothing official yet. But anyway, we're going to be coming more streaming. Um, so let me get to the gist. Let's see. Boom. Okay. Guardians, Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't mind me, I'm a little bit tongue-tied. I went to the dentist and it really screwed me up. Visually, I'm kind of glad the camera's not there because I'm not a pretty sight. But if you can hear me clearly, I'm taking my time talking. That way you can understand me a little bit more clearly. A lot of people have been saying, boy, you kind of rush and your words get kind of mumbo jumbo. So I've waited till the last minute to do this show because the deadline is tonight to hand this presentation. What's going to happen is the shows are going to be uh, a week behind. I got to do this on Saturdays. That way it can premiere next Saturday, I believe the 15th. That's going to be the format. I'm going to be showing you articles, and eventually I'm going to be back in picture in the corner. But anyway, so hopefully I can, like, the next one is going to be Fast X. Hopefully I can see it Friday and post on Saturday just to cover the review and the box office. That's going to be the format. So the next show will be Fast 10. But let's go into Guardians of the Galaxy. Have people seen this movie? People say, oh, there's a lot of animal cruelty. There's a bunch of F-bombs. I'm going, oh, Jesus Christ. Right off the bat, 3 out of 5. Now, my reviews. If it doesn't get a 3, 4, 5, it's not worth talking about, okay? So 3 means I'm glad I saw it. Went Thursday night. Like I said, I'm waiting for Saturday so we can go over the box office numbers because people also say, oh, it's going to bomb. It's not doing good. This made 48 million opening day. That means it's probably going to clear between 120 and 130 million dollars, which ain't bad. Most movies are opening to 30, 40 million. The problem is the box, the damn thing costs over 250 million dollars. Again, part of my review, I give it a 3 out of 5. I'm glad I saw it. Would I see it again? Probably on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Blu-ray, whatever. For the commentary and special features. Better than the second one. I still like the first one the best. But this had its moments. Let me do the cons because I want to end on a positive note with this. Okay, the cons are the motor over here argues with the other two girls. What's the Mantis and the other one? Yelling, yelling, yelling. The plot was really bloated. This did not have to be 2.5 hours. They could have done it within 2 hours. There wasn't that much cruelty. A lot of people are pointing to that. I think what James Gunn was trying to do was something like James Cameron with Way of the Water. Anybody who's seen the movie knows there's a death of a whale, and the way we treat animals and the planet. You know, that was his message, but he don't want to beat people over the head. What James Gunn did over here said, you know, the way we treat animals, I know it's a science fiction picture, but there's humane purpose to it, and the way Rocket was treated. And he meets, he's a baby raccoon. He goes up in his experiment. There's really no spoiler alert over here, okay? The movie is pretty much, you know, played out, as you say. Um, but there wasn't that much animal cruelty as they're saying. But James Gunn was trying to put a message without beating anybody over the head that, you know, the way we treat animals and, you know, with experimenting, which happens today in a lot of laboratories. The people don't talk about that, you know, which is a shame. But I figured I might be bothered with that. He had to put a point across, and I support it. I think he did a good job putting that across uh, without being really cruel about it. Okay, I mean, I grew up on a farm, so you know, I'm really uh, sensitive to that kind of issue. But the movie was okay with that. Okay, but too long, too bloated. The two girls, the three girls, they're all fucking frigging yelling at each other. Jesus Christ, cut it out. But the main point of the movie was why it was bloated. They find out Rocket's going to die unless they get find a key because the evil scientists put something in him where he can self-destruct. The key, they find a key. You know, they put it on the Rocky Raccoon, and he will, you know, he won't blow up. Okay. It took a good hour for them to find the key, and they'll find out it doesn't work. So they got to go find the villain himself. That whole first hour could have been cut down to about half an hour. Now the positive, some of the jokes land, some of them don't, but it still has sense of humor. Even though it was kind of offbeat because they said we got to find the friend before he dies, and I'm serious about that. And then all of a sudden, Drax makes a joke. Drax was pretty good. Groot has some good scenes. There's a scene where they get ambushed and Groot comes to the rescue. He pulls out a weapon, or shall we say, a few, not to spoil anything, in case you haven't seen it yet. But he had some good moments, and you do hear, spoiler, you do hear Vin Diesel's, excuse me, tooth again, Vin Diesel's voice at the very end. He says a line, but I'll leave it as that. Okay. And of course, Rocky Raccoon, he was really good. And you hate the villain. He was a total scumbag. You know, some critics couldn't understand why he was forcing this issue of creating the superhuman race. You know, he's a typical villain. He wants to conquer the world. He is God. He even says, you people like me because I am a God. I create things, you know. The Frankenstein notion, you know, I give life. I am God, you know. That kind of angle, which I was okay. But it does have a happy note. Um, Forget the character, Warlock. He shows up, and he's the one who causes to Rocky Raccoon, and then at the end of the movie, he saves the day, becomes a good guy. Everybody goes to separate ways? Not really. You'll see at the very end, stick around for the credits because you'll see a brand new team of Guardians of the Galaxy. Minor spoiler, there is a new team of Guardians by the Galaxy. And it's Rocky Raccoon. Nobody dies in the movie. Spoiler, because people say, oh, no, Rocky Raccoon, I don't want to see it. He dies? No, I don't want to see it. What's his name? He dies? I don't want to see it. No. The only guy who dies is the villain. Okay? Of course, the villains all got to die. Anyway, but no, everybody goes their separate ways, and there's a new team formed at the end of the movie. So there's a potential for Volume 4. Or maybe for Marvel, but right now we all know Marvel is upside down. That's another topic. I won't get into it over here. I think I'm going to save that because we got to see how this is going to turn out at the box office. If it's really good at the box office, then maybe Volume 4. or maybe it goes straight to Disney Plus. I wouldn't mind that. Like the Christmas special, that really worked. I really like that Christmas special. I wouldn't mind seeing a Volume 4, um, because Groot is going to be part of it, minor spoiler, things of that sort. And the captain over here, pictured, he goes to finds his real father at the end of the movie. So that could be a different episode for Disney Plus. So they can do a lot of things with this. Okay, minor spoilers. I have to mention it because I know a lot of people don't want to see this. I'd still recommend it. So I give it a 3 out of 5. Now, 4 would be definitely got to see it in the movies, and I definitely will see it again on streaming. And 5 will be Avatar. I saw it on the screen. I saw it on 3D. That's twice, and I downloaded it on Voodoo. So it was a download, streaming download, and now the physical copies are going to come out for the summer, and I'm going to own that. So that's a 5 for me. Okay, this was good to see. I wouldn't mind a Volume 4. Again, bloated too long, too much yelling between the girls, but it does end a really good positive note, a really touching moment. You think Rocky Raccoon is on deathbed, he's going to go to heaven, and somebody in heaven tells, no, you're not done yet, you're on a mission, and he sends him back from heaven, and he comes alive, saying, I'm going to go after this friggin' villain. And that's basically the second half. There's not really a heavy point to this movie. It makes it stand, and there is cameos. Anybody a fan of The Rookie? Right, Firefly. That's right, Nathan Fillion. He shows up here again. He's a big James Gunn fan. They're friends, and if you get this chance to see James Gunn in the film called Slither, look it up on imdb.com. Slither, and Nathan Fillion is the lead in that. It's a horror movie about a giant, I don't know, melting kind of creature that takes over people. It's pretty bugged out. Rated R, the victim to really get it good. Um, so Nathan Fillion, he always make a cameo. Suicide Squad, he's the guy who his arms move through space. Okay. And Stallone shows up at the beginning of the movie, playing the same character he did in the last movie. And there's some other cameos, but I'll leave it as that. Keep your eyes open. But, the cast was good. Everybody was good. I liked the movie. Okay, so now I mentioned a lot of things over this movie because that way it cuts my my gab, my blah 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 blah. Okay, let me see. I don't want to move this. Can I do this? Oh, that wasn't supposed to be there. Blooper. That's one of my logos that I'm working on, folks. Remember that musical thing I was talking about? Keep an eye out for that. But that announcement is going to be done somewhere else. That's me with the guitar and a sword. I'm a big samurai fan. But anyway, a little peekaboo, a little cameo. Okay. Now, 34 years. Yes. Okay. The thing wants to play tricks with me. Well, first of all, you got to disappear. Okay. Now, I'll leave you up here for a second, and I can find my other. There's another logo. Another logo. Definitely not you. Yeah, I lost it. Okay. Don't mind me, folks. Let me. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, second half of the show. Let's talk about the top 15, the most anticipated summer 2023 movies. Okay. Now, this is from Fandango. I accidentally cut out the bottom over here. It says this is a poll they took with Fandango fans. If you see up on top, it says Fandango 3 JPEG. Okay. I'm going to get used to this little white owl because I'm going to be pointing to things. So, according to their poll, Spider-Man is going to be number 1. So I'm going to go like this with the little arrow so you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the topic. Spider-Man number 1. Okay. For me, I'm going to skip 2. I'll get back to it. 3. This is going to be the big one. Now, let me explain. Spider-Man, because they're attaching across the Spider-Verse from the other Spider-Man with the three Spider-Mans. Don't forget, that's 20 years of legend. The three Spider-Mans all showed up, and all the old villains showed up, and that's why it crossed the 2 billion, almost 2 billion mark. Now, I say The Flash is going to be the biggest movie, the second biggest movie of the year. I didn't put Super Mario because the money's still coming in. Over It's like the second most celebrated animation film to cross $1 billion. It's still in the top 5. Uh, so, and because of that, Super Mario is 4 generations. This has 2 Flashes, 2 Batmans, um, General Nod, Supergirl replacing Superman, of course. But this has like 20 years. So there's at least 2 generations, 3 generations if you count the TV version. Okay. And of course, the original Batman with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck version of Batman. So between that, between the 2 Batmans, you got the 2 Flashes. This is going to be really big, and there's a lot of great reviews. Now, like number 11, Indiana Jones, bad reviews. But anyway, so I think Flash is going to be the second biggest picture of the summer behind Super Mario. Super Mario is a spring picture, but I still consider it top in the top 5, which I really like. I really like Super Mario. I definitely 4 out of 5. I can't wait till that comes out in 4K. That's going to look fantastic. I mentioned that about Avatar. Uh, Avatar looked great in 3D. It looked okay, 2D. It looked great in 3D. But you download the 4K streaming, it's a different looking movie altogether. It feels like 3D, but without the 3D. Now, I know for a fact some theaters are playing Guardians in 3D. Flash is probably going to be 3D. Once it releases on 4K, you're not going to miss the 3D. It's just a different enhancement. But I think Flash and Spider-Man is gonna be the top summer movies. Okay, I'm gonna be continuing. I'm gonna be coming back to this on the next show with more updates after my review of Fast 10. Now let's go in order. So I think it's gonna be Flash, Spider-Man, Mission Impossible. He's Tom Cruise, the last living box office movie star. Let's face it, the man's got it, and he's coming off Top Gun. And he's doing the Mission Impossible, which is basically the James Bond. Okay, he's doing that stunt that everybody saw on YouTube, where with the motorcycle, he flies off the cliff of the motorcycle and the parachute opens. That is a direct, well, I won't say rip off, homage, shall we say? Homage to James Bond when James Bond flew off the skis from The Spy Who Loved Me. And he falls off the cliff. I'm flying, flying, flying to my death. Da 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 da. Boom! Parachute open, and the parachute is the British flag. Okay, so it's paying homage to it. You know, why not? James Bond is not doing it. James Bond, he dies for the world. No, you get the girl and save the world, or save the world, get the girl. You don't die. Well, that was a money loser, by the way. To this day, they still don't say how much profit that Time to Die, because it didn't. They're still in a hole in that one. Mission Impossible, he's gonna do great. I think that's gonna be the other surprise. Now, I want to jump over here to number 5. Okay, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Nobody was asking for it, but they did promise the Beast of mutation for the longest. So I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. They'll do good. They'll drop off the second week. Little Mermaid, 4 generations. I don't know. They replaced a couple songs. They wrote some new ones. I forget. I'll be talking about it when it gets released. But 4 generations. But there's a lot of backlash to this. It was the songs. Sebastian the Crab. That's the stuff that I like. There were 4 new songs. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the lyrics for the new song, so that's okay, because he did work on was it Manao, the Hawaiian kind of looking flick, and he did some songs for Alice in Wonderland, the brand new version, the sequel with what's her name, Emma. Well, anyway, so Little Mermaid should have the advantage of having a couple of generations, but I don't think it's gonna do good. It's gonna do good the weekend, and then the parents are gonna hate it. We did a shoot in the past weekend at Grand Central Station. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but it's a major movie, and it stars one of the stars from Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One. So that makes three people that I've worked with on movie projects. I'm saving that for another show about my background work. But uh, there was about 150 of us for a night shoot at Grand Central Station. And I asked around, hey, somebody's anybody looking forward to the movies? And some of the older women who happen to be mothers said they're not looking forward to Little Mermaid. They didn't like what they're doing with it. And I'll be honest, every other, practically every picture that Disney has done, from cartoon to live actors, sucked. I think the only one that I was okay with was the what was it, the Beast movie, Beauty and the Beast. I'm sorry. And and even Emma Watson with the vocals, I thought she was okay. It wasn't a bad movie. That was okay, but the Lion King really sucked, and Jungle Book was just plain horrible. And that was directed by John Favreau. Go figure that one out. And I think it's going to get the same backlash with Little Mermaid. They're taking these pictures. Lilo and Stitch is going to get a live action, and I leave these things alone. So Little Mermaid's going to have a hard time. So I don't think this is going to be in the top 10 moneymaker of the year. Um, okay, so I'm looking at my clock here. Okay, another 5 minutes. So um, I want to end on a positive note. Okay, let's get Indiana Jones. Uh, KK really, I'm not going to mention her name. KK, the one in charge of this, really ruined this. Take after take after take, many shoots, really expensive. This movie has to clear $1 billion to make a penny. That's ridiculous. I'm pointing to Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones. The title's left out, but okay. Insidious Red, that's for August. Meg, August. I'll talk about the next show. This is going to be at the end of July. This is end of June, I think, or July, whatever. Anyway, Indiana Jones is going to open big because people are going to be curious. Again, it has to do with 4 generations. Okay, I don't think it's going to work for this. It's going to be the fans. A lot of old fans agreed the third one should have been the ending, the Crystal Skull, or shall we say, the Social Man from Mars. That was the name of the original script. That's on YouTube, by the way, about the making of the Crystal Skull. It's about a 20-minute making of. It's on YouTube. Read that. This movie should never have been made. And the stupid title and time travel, boring. Okay? Real quick, I'm going to be coming back to these here. Barbie, the musical comedy. Oh, God. Nobody was asking. Here's the problem. The two main leads are way too old. Okay? They're asking Margie, to maybe be part of Fantastic Four. I don't think so. As was it, what's the name? Fantastic Four. The only blind chick, whatever. Okay. Let me get to this one. Oppenheimer is on YouTube. The original picture is called Fat Man and Little Boy. Fat Man and Little Boy. Excuse me, tongue tied. Paul Newman, John Cusack, and yes, Barclays, the actor who played Barclays on Star Trek: The Next Generation, the nervous guy, he plays Oppenheimer, and that movie is playing on YouTube. Fat Man and Little Boy, check it out. This is not necessary. Everybody's pointing, oh, it's going to be a great movie, it's going to get Oscars. It's a boring topic, a boring situation. It should have been more of a documentary. I don't know what Chris Nolan is going to add to this. So this is going to be the bomb, followed by this one. And these are opening together. I'm not with this program. So I'm going to go back to Ninja Turtles because this is going to be the style of claymation. I got a lot to say about that. I'm looking forward to it. And a positive note. Now, they added more trailers. Come on, you trained the whole movie for crying out loud. I know somebody who's seen the preview, and they said if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie. But the one thing I'm looking forward to this because it's playing on YouTube. It's called Fast X. I know I should have the link, but just go to YouTube, type in Fast X B roll, like capital B as in boy, B roll, Fast X B roll. Just type that in. There's 4 behind the scenes making of that really adds behind the scenes without giving much away about the plot, but it shows you the location, that big giant pinball that crashes through a bus. I think it's really freaking cool. We all diehards. We all going to be there supporting this. Hopefully, from what I heard, is better than the last one. Same thing. I'm back. Going back to the beginning, Guardians of the Galaxy better than the last one. I don't like number 2, and I love number 1, but at least Guardians of the Galaxy number 3 is better than the second one. Okay, so hopefully Fast X is better than the last one. It's gotta be. That was awful. But just wanted to end on a positive note there. Okay, but again, there's 4 making of videos on YouTube. Again, type in Fast X B-roll, and you should, yeah, you should be able to see it. Okay, I'm looking at my timing. Okay, everybody, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. I've been showing a lot of old stuff. It's a segment called Toys in the Attic. A lot of stuff that I've been saving in the shelf and boxes. I got original Taco Bell Return of the Jedi little box. Happy Meal. I'm gonna be showing that. I put that on TikTok, believe it or not. Go there. Okay. It's I'm basically, you find me if you go to YouTube. I got the little logo. Yeah, the little logo links. Instagram, Pinterest. I've been putting things there. TikTok and SoundCloud. That's gonna be music that I'll be working on. You saw one of my logos already. So that was a little preview. Actually, it was by mistake, but gives you an idea. But anyway, I got all that. If you want to see the show again, this is going to premiere on YouTube before this goes on the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. That's the Mothership. And hopefully I'll straighten that camera thing on, and we'll be in tune for Fast X for the next show. But I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews about Amazon, Ghosted, without Anna de Armas. I like the movie. It's dumb. It's silly. Prithvi Chopra, I'm sorry. She does that Citadel and Amazon, because I got Amazon Prime. I like the show. Nothing original. It's all James Bond, but you like James Bond, you like the show. I'll be talking more about that in segments directly for YouTube. Okay, everybody, I ran out of time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you do hit YouTube, I need some likes. I need some subscriptions. Thank you. Enjoy Guardians, okay? I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much.